In the quiet hum of Scorpio season, the air felt alive with a charge that wrapped around every late-night whisper and lingering glance. The streets were laced with shadows, dark and smoky, while the moon hung above, veiled and intense. You could feel it, a promise of something more, an invitation to let go and slip into something deeper, where secrets weren't whispered but rather felt with a knowing gaze. On this night, she had felt drawn to a certain bar on the edge of town, its vague jazz spilling into the street, mixing with the cool November air. Inside, the world softened, a swirl of candlelight and the murmur of low voices. She spotted him right away, tall, lean but muscular, his presence both magnetic and understated. There was a stillness about him, an aura of mystery, as though he held 1,000 secrets just beneath his steady gaze. Their eyes met across the room, a subtle flicker, and with a slight nod, he invited her over. She hesitated, feeling the subtle thrill of the unknown. But tonight, something in her wanted to surrender to the pull of Scorpio season, to let the dark magic of the moment wash over her. She moved through the room toward him, feeling the world narrow, the air thickening between them. He rose as she approached, his hand resting gently on the small of her back, guiding her to sit beside him. His eyes were intense, dark, and deeply knowing, as though he saw through every guarded part of her and could tap into something raw and real. They spoke in quiet tones, their voices weaving between sips of dark wine, sharing fragments of themselves, the little truths hidden in their laughter, the gentle brushes of fingertips. Every detail seemed magnified: the warmth of his hand on her arm, the slow curve of his smile, the way his gaze lingered just a beat too long, as if reading into her soul. The night stretched on, filled with touches that became bolder, the space between them narrowing until it was all heat and sparks. She felt herself melt into the moment, losing track of time, of everything except the feel of his hand, the weight of his gaze, the promise in the air. As they stepped outside, the night welcomed them into its embrace. The stars gleamed down, casting a spell over them as they walked side by side through the empty streets, laughing softly in shared secrets and glances that spoke volumes. It was the thrill of the unknown, the intensity of being seen and understood, the soft bite of passion that Scorpio season seemed to promise. In those moments, wrapped in the mystery of the night, she felt like she had found a part of herself she'd never known, a part only he could draw out. The season had cast its spell, and she was content to lose herself in its depths, feeling the electrical aura of Scorpio's magic unfold, one heartbeat at a time.